How many times do we have to teach you this, old man? It's a different world, Hollywood. We're no longer accepting your garbage. In particular, we're really not accepting your pro-radical leftist propaganda. There is a brand new movie out starring Leonardo DiCaprio. You might be thinking, whoa, Leonardo DiCaprio movie, I think I would have heard of that. Well, the movie was branded as a woke Pro-Antifa blockbuster, and it is completely tanked at the box office. I try to tell these people every day in my videos, but no. And this is absolutely exactly what Hollywood needed, and how exactly the film was woke, we'll discuss after a quick word from this video's sponsor, Aura. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Aura. If you want to see something crazy, just throw your name into Google and see all of the results that come up. You can pretty much Google anyone or anything and find out all sorts of private information like that. These sites are run by data brokers who collect your personal information and package it up and sell it to anyone who wants it, and usually it's scammers and spammers who want it. These guys are printing money, and it's completely legal in America. Brokers are legally required to remove your info if you ask them to, but they make it super hard to do so. Or you can do what I do and use Aura, the sponsor of this video. Aura identifies data brokers exposing your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Give Aura a few weeks and you'll stop seeing your information on these sketchy sites when you search for yourself. Aura also continuously monitors the dark web and alerts you if they find your personal information has been exposed, and they're going to let you know fast if anyone tries to use this information to access your credit or bank accounts. Plus, they give you $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also have a world-class VPN that lets you browse and shop safely from any location you choose. Does your current VPN have all those other features too? Probably not. You can go to my link, aura.com/thequartering, to try 14 days for free. That will be enough time for Aura to find which data brokers are selling your information and start submitting opt-out requests on your behalf. I've been using Aura for a very long time. I absolutely love it, and I know you'll love her too. Remember, use my link in the description over at aura.com/thequartering. Now, I've not seen this movie, and maybe it isn't entirely pro-Antifa or a LARP as Antifa, but nowadays we know that doesn't matter. Let me give you a better example. Remember when Superman was coming out and that idiot director, whoever it was, said it was a pro-immigration story, a pro-immigrant story? Remember that? Well, Superman, by all general standards, was not a terrible movie, and it still lost $40 million at the box office, as was revealed earlier this week. I don't know how you lose that kind of money with a property like Superman, but Hollywood managed to. Now, I keep seeing ads for it on HBO Max. I will eventually watch it, and I guarantee you my feeling will be like, meh, it wasn't that bad. But the problem is, nowadays, as much as people, their 401ks and stuff have begun to recover in the Trump administration, people still don't have a ton of extra money, and people are not willing to risk it, pay $50 or $100 to take the family to the movie theater, especially when they've been pumping out nonstop woke trash. Now, this movie was reviewed by nearly 400 critics. Every critic imaginable left a review for this movie, and it has a 95%. If the critics love a movie that much, it's pushing some far left propaganda. Leonardo DiCaprio's One Battle After Another has sparked backlash from conservative audiences, despite being the most critically acclaimed film of the year. The sprawling 3-hour thriller, directed by 11-time Oscar nominee Paul Thomas Anderson, has wowed mainstream critics and won praise from the likes of Steven Spielberg and Taylor Swift. Well, I love Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor. I don't think I've ever seen a movie with him in it that I didn't like. I've never seen Titanic or What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I'm sure he's been in other, famous movies, but those are also famous movies that I know I've never seen. But just about I don't think I ever saw, was he in The Aviator? I don't think I saw that either. But anyway, I've seen, I've seen probably 15 movies with him in, and they're all great. Despite the film having so many accolades, One Battle After Another has struggled to recoup its rumored $175 million budget, meaning with marketing, you have a cost about $300 to $350 million, meaning it needs to make 600 to 700 million just to break even. The movie's progressive plot has also been blasted as woke by conservative viewers. They accuse it of trying to be pro-Antifa for having a group of left-wing radical Terrys as a protagonist. One Battle After Another is a politically charged thriller based loosely on Thomas Pynchon's 1990 novel Vineland. The film sees DiCaprio playing Bob Ferguson, a former member of a far-left revolutionary group who now lives in the state of stone paranoia off the grid with his daughter Willa, played by Chase Infinity. I don't know who that is, but I can guarantee you that's not their real name. When Willa goes missing, Ferguson must reunite with his former comrades, which include his estranged girlfriend Perfida, played by Tanya Taylor, to take on an evil cabal of white supremacists. Oh my God. This is why the movie bombed. Even if this was based on 100% true story, okay? If this was based on nothing but the truth, who wants to see this movie in 2025? That's what the CNN, this is like an episode of CNN. It's like a CNN jerk spank bank material. The film doesn't pull any punches when it comes to politics, opening with a raid on an ICE detention center to free illegal immigrants as government agents fire on unarmed civilians. Okay, this is obviously, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think Critical Drinker reviewed this and he said it wasn't political, but I mean, that feels pretty on the nose. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I feel like he said what's the big deal with this movie? So maybe he did. I guess I don't want to put words in his mouth. A lot of times a movie will get branded as woke, even though it really isn't, or might have just like a moment or two in it that are kind of woke. And sometimes movies really are woke that aren't branded as such. But nowadays, the mere label of it, the mere sniff of it tells people that, hey, I don't want to pay you my money. Now, maybe down the road, people who've seen this movie will say to me, yeah, it had a couple of dorky moments, like a couple of cringe woke moments, but overall it was a good movie. I'll still watch that movie, but I won't pay $50 to take my wife. I'll tell you what my best investment was. I bought a tabletop popcorn maker off Amazon during the lockdowns, I believe it was. And we figured out how to make pretty good popcorn at home with the same ingredients that theaters make. That was pretty much half the reason my wife liked going to the theaters, was for the snacks. Now she'll make me pretzel bites. I'll make popcorn, or she'll make popcorn and pretzel bites. I'll set up the movie, and it costs us about $6 to make popcorn and pretzel bites at home, and we watch the movie at home. Like, I still like going to the theater to support good movies, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to risk it for the money. Conservative podcaster Alec called it pretentious and worse than the worst film ever made. Well, that's highly unlikely. I mean, have you seen Troll 2? While pro-Trump cultural critic Jack Manson of the Perfume Nationalist blasted director Anderson over the movie. Right-wing firebrand Alex Jones weighed in, accusing the film of fetishizing the liberation of illegal aliens from detention centers via the taking of lives from federal agents. While One Battle Under Another has already grossed over $100 million at the box office, a career best for Anderson, it's unclear if it will ever make back its budget or turn a profit. Well, I can tell you right now, it's not going to. If it's only made $100 million and it's been out for over a week, it has no shot of making $600 or $700 million. It's not going to happen. David A. Gross, who runs the movie consulting firm Franchise Entertainment, told Variety this movie has a chance of getting to profitability if it lasts long enough in theaters and or overperforms abroad. It's going to get a lot of award nominations, well, because of course, but that's 2 to 3 months away and unlikely to help the immediate release. DiCaprio previously admitted that he thinks box office numbers will always be important. I think that there's just an inundation of content and so much production going on right now, which is a good thing. Obviously, the 50-year-old explained. I mean, you have a pregnant woman resting her weapon on her pregnant belly and firing her AK-style rifle. By the way, that should be down. This device should be down, balancing it out, I think, right? I forget what that's called, but it shouldn't be up. It should be down. But anyway, despite its box office struggles, One Battle After Another has been lauded with 5-star reviews across the board from critics. Well, no kidding. Who are the critics? They're far leftoids. Like, every film critic is a far leftist. So, I mean, Why would I expect them to, review a movie like this fairly? The Standard's Nick Howells awarded the season movies 5 stars, wrote that Anderson has directed the coolest, most consummately masterful movie you're likely to see all year. And it's got Oscar's glory just oozing out of every frame. Bookmaker Lad Brooks has taken the odds of the movie winning a 2026 Academy Award for Best Picture from 12-1 last week to a remarkable, rare, even odds. Okay, so what would that really say about companies that do these awards? You have some pregnant lady firing an automatic weapon. You have, them taking out ICE agents to free illegal aliens. Like, sorry, this movie should have probably came out 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. There's no audience for this movie now. America voted, and they're not pro illegal immigration. That's the issue that Donald Trump won the election on. So great. Paul Thomas Anderson has done some great films in his days, but I'm not paying to see this movie. And it's been out since October 26th, so it's been out 2 weeks. It's safe to say it has no chance of making any money. So hopefully those awards will pay the bills. Get woke, go broke. Been a long time since I got to say that. We'll talk to you again real soon.